Okay, Helldivers, we're back this morning. We didn't expect to be uploading a Helldivers video so quickly, as when we uploaded last night, 20 minutes afterwards, they actually announced the new major order. It's like they wait for me to upload. Anywho, nonetheless, we've got the new major order to go through today, as well as some talks about the steering lock inside of Hellpods, a game that you need to keep an eye on because I feel like it's going to break the bank, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the griefing and the chaos divers in the community, as this one seems to have gone a little bit too far. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on, it'd be greatly appreciated. And check out our sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can buy your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions and discounts, all at around 70% off. Even the new Wukongs on there is an absolute no-brainer. Make sure you head down to the link in the description and get your games a little cheaper today. So starting off, as we make our way towards the Galactic war table, we have got quite a lot going on. We've got a new major order that is now here. The push towards the automatons back from the Super Earth while defending against further incursions. We've got right here to liberate Curia, and this is going to be an interesting one. This is this planet right here, which is obviously meaning that we're going to then start hitting this backwards. They're essentially trying to force this in, so we're not doing it ourselves. We've not been doing it on our own accord, so Curia's now got to be taken. Then we have to defend against 3 attacks from the automatons, which obviously is Tarsh right here, which would obviously take this sector out and move everything backwards and start pushing it back, as we've got quite a lot of planets to make our way through to make our way back up. So it seems like they were essentially trying to force us to go into the automaton sector and push this liberation backwards. Whilst the terminus seems to be spreading wide, there is quite a lot going on inside of this. But yeah, you can go ahead and get that one, and apparently the rewards for that are 45 war bomb medals and 29,000 requisition tickets, and I don't really understand that. I think most people now are pretty much over this. It seems to be something that a lot of people don't really need now. Everybody's maxed out. They need to give us a reason to spend things, not start giving us ways of giving us more. But anyway, we have got an arsenal augment. Those who submitted counterfeit samples in the recent order have been reassigned to chemical weapon facilities, where they will be given the opportunity to repay their debt to manage democracy with strenuous labor. The orbital gas strike stratagem will be temporarily added to all loadouts, and this is an absolutely huge one because it's really nice that they can start pushing these in. I think that actually those additional mods that they get to choose, the additional stratagems that they choose and input into everybody's loadouts, are probably one of the better things inside of the game at this moment in time. Definitely seems to be the case, although I find it a little weird that there doesn't seem to be any big bans going on. I'm not really too sure what's going on. We've just kind of had people's liberation fish on their ship being taken away from them and killed, and they're now obviously having to be given a second chance. Not really sure what's happening here. Nonetheless, though, the full Galactic War update coming from the Baskinator right here states, while our attention has been diverted by the gloom, the automatons have crept closer to Super Earth. We will not tolerate the menacing of any Super Earth citizens, but especially not high classification citizens in the developed worlds, whose commitment to manage democracy has been proved beyond doubt. The Helldivers will launch an assault on the automatons to push them away from Super Earth. Those who submitted counterfeit samples into the recent order have been reassigned to chemical weapon facilities, where they will be given the opportunity to repay their debt to freedom with the strenuous labor. Intel indicates that additional automaton attacks are expected within the next few days, so we'll have to see how that one goes. But yeah, this is a really weird space right now in the Galactic War, and it'll be interesting to see how it actually pans out. But it seems that players are obviously getting away with murder right now. Not really too sure what's going on, but we're going to take us straight away from that for a second because we've got some other things to talk about. Hellpod steering locks. Why they locked, and realistically they're never going to really change. It states right here, can we please remove the Hellpod steering lock? I tried my best to steer away from this, but wasn't able to move it anywhere. Now obviously the steering lock is obviously based on the area that you are being put into. It's a dimensional thing and based on where you can and can't land and so on and so forth. I think it's a bit of a weird one, but the steering lock is there for a reason. Now what I would recommend is that the availability for this not happening. I feel like you should be able to land, pop up, and there should be an immunity phase of maybe 3 seconds, 2 seconds, or however long it is, where you cannot be damaged, just to reinstate yourself and move from there. It does make it a little bit less realistic, which apparently is something that they're really leaning into, but I think it would be a great thing that they could actually utilize. Just let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below to this one, but I think that it would be an interesting forefront. Next up though, a game that you guys may well know, and we are definitely going to be covering here on the channel, because it screams Helldivers overall, but it says, for the Emperor, oh I mean the democracy. I'm turning myself into the democracy officer, and you can see right here, there's somebody dressed up as a Helldiver watching Focus Entertainment's 40k Space Marine 2. This game does look incredible, so if you like Helldivers, then it may be worth looking into. We're going to do a little bit more around the game closer to launch, but yeah, this is one to watch out for. And finally, we're going to talk about the main Chaos Divers that are around right now. Apparently, the Reddit mods are not messing around, and on top of that, people are getting a little tired of it. We've now got full factions that are running around. It's ridiculous, but look at this right here. A quick note from the mod team regarding griefing. It is a Rule 1 violation. Advocating for griefing, including but not limited to intentional team killing, hijacking players from one front to the next, intentionally sinking of samples into the deep, are all Rule 1 violations and subject to banning of durations of the moderation team's discretion. This is not us coming out against the Chaos Divers. The RP is fine as long as they are not advocating for non-destructive protest, avoiding MOs, or tactically important planets. Wow, this is absolutely crazy. This will be your only warning. If you see someone advocating for griefing, please be sure to report their post and comment for a review and potential removal. It's absolutely insane that it's actually got this far. It does seem to be making moves left, right, and center. You can see right here, not wanting to witch hunt or anything, but can you Chaos Divers stop griefing me 6 times in a effing row? And then it seems to be moving even further with faction listings. So not only are people being banned from the Reddit, which realistically I do understand, but in the same breath, it seems a little deep, bro, that that's even a movement. Well, I don't really understand what it is that's happening with this community at the moment, but my lord, they take their role-playing to a serious aspect. We've now got full factions, as you can see right here. So, what kind of Helldiver are you? A loyalist, a socialist, an anarchist, or an imperialist? It's insane. It's absolutely insane, but this role-play has kind of gone from one strength to a whole new strength, and people are being banned from entire platforms based on what side of the table they're actually picking. It's insane. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and if you are any of these 4 factions, then do let me know which one you are. I'm quite intrigued as to what it is that's going on here, but yeah. Now looking at some of your top comments on the previous video, I actually didn't expect to see some of them. It's quite funny, but this rates right here. Can the hijackers buff the primaries next time? It received 485 likes on this one. That's an incredibly large comment to be liked up. But yeah, I mean, if it was possible, then I mean, I guess a lot of people would roll for it. Any mods that they could implement into the game if it was allowed would be incredible, but yeah. And then next up, this comment right here with 156 likes states, at least the hackers reacted fast to the community feedback. Jeez, man, that's a deep one. It definitely seems like the hackers have responded to the community feedback quicker than the dev team did, but nonetheless, that's a really rough one. We've got this comment right here that says, it would be a pain if we got the same MO again because it had been hacked. And this received 68 likes on it, but thankfully there is no repeat of the major order. I think if they had have done that, they'd have just been stuck in a little loop and would have been in a medal farming spree where everything would have just been completely hacked up and everybody would have just received their medals repeatedly for them trying to actually rectify this problem. But yeah, nonetheless, it's been an interesting 24 to 48 hours inside of the game. You've now got a new MO that you can go ahead and start reaping into, although it is pretty far down the line with 65% liberated of Curia. We've got 3 days left to do this, so dive on in, Helldivers. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the clouds.